Oh my! Look! I just found a big bomb under my backyard. It was in World War One. So they would be like that. The next one is the most known and most best generation in my opinion.
You had a lovely structure. You wanted to tell the audience what these generations are. That's a testament of how the humanity has evolved.
Generations. Yenul, Swarnathilake.
Generations. You know these groups of people who are born between the same years, but they act like they're from completely different planets. Yeah, we've got baby boomers, Gen X, millennial, Gen Z, the list goes on and on. So, today, I'm going to talk about some of those generations, starting from the first two, the lost and the greatest generation. For real, I don't know why the greatest generation is called that, because both of those generations somehow survived and went through World War I. The Great Depression was on the rise. Also, during those two time periods, imagine celebrating your birthday. It would be your 20th birthday. There's no roof, nothing, just bombs flying down on the other street, fighter jets going around everywhere, and just complete chaos and everything. The next generation is boomers and baby boomers, aka our grandparents. So, these guys did not, and I mean did not have radio or televisions. The only sort of social media they knew was yelling to the other neighbor across the street. Like, oh my, look, I just found a big bomb under my backyard. It was in World War One. So they would be like that. The next one is the most known and most best generation in my opinion, Gen X. Our parents, mostly. There's only three words to describe this whole generation: aura, dedication, and hard work. Also, these guys are masters of sarcasm and roasting. Like actually, if I went to an argument with my dad, he would just hook me in the first minute by saying something and I'd go completely silent. I can't do anything about it. They're very good at that. They're very straightforward. And they finally have televisions. The next is millennials, also known as Gen Y. Millennials, they are very good at multitasking. Let me tell you that. Like for example, my mom. It's like she's one of those gods who has 7 hands. While doing her office work, she can attend her team's meeting while cooking food, babysitting my brother, and at the same time, make sure I do not get kidnapped by any chances. They are really, really educated as well. That generation is very educated. Most of the bright minds are from millennials. The next is my generation and most of yours, Gen Z. Gen Z, most of parents say, we were born with smartphones. Actually, we cannot go 1 hour without them, apart from this. Because somehow I survived an hour without my anything. I don't know how I'm doing this, but yeah. We love Netflix, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, anything. We would do anything just to watch it. Also, others need food to survive. We only need Wi-Fi and data to survive. We do not need food. I can go a day without food, but I cannot go a day without electronics. I'll just faint on the spot or something. After that is Gen Alpha and Gen Beta, which started this year, Gen Beta. Gen Alpha is my brother's generation and some of yours as well. They are also addicted to smartphones. And a thing called brain rot was invented by them, which I really hate. And yeah, in my household, in my family, we have 4 generations, all of us. My dad is Gen X, my mom is a millennial, I'm a Gen Z, and my brother is Gen Alpha. So it's really hard to relate. Because my brother be watching Peppa Pig or Brain Rot on the phone. I'll be watching memes. My mom is working in the office and my dad is ranting about some new politics stuff or something. So it's very hard to relate in our family, but still we somehow get along with each other. And each generation is weird and unique at the same time. And that's what makes life fun. Oh, and before I go, I hope your Wi-Fi doesn't disconnect tonight, because otherwise you won't be able to watch the next video. Thank you.
First of all, before I give you my feedback, so generations, I was just going to really think, okay, what you're going to tell us about generations. But I figured out that you have done a very thorough research as to what generations are, but not just the facts. That's the beauty. You related it to your family and what is the uniqueness about each generation, and you have seen through it from your own family members, right? That's fabulous. I thought that you are lucky to have four members from 4 different generations in your family. Your father comes from Gen X, your mom comes from Gen Y, or the millennials, you're a Gen Z, and your brother is a Gen Alpha. That was fabulous, I thought. So you had a lovely structure. You wanted to tell the audience what these generations are. That's a testament of how the humanity has evolved. The living has evolved. The generations, the thinking to their experiences and how they look at life, right? And you nicely related how the baby boomers, like they're bombing, and how they have gone through this World War time, and how the Gen X can be a little sarcastic, as your father is, and the Gen Y is like multitasking, educated, and how you see yourself, where you come from, the Netflix to Snapchat to YouTube, right? And your brother, the extreme other in like the future yet to explore probably. So I think a lot of credit goes to your parents as well. So because you have seen your parents, and you give a lot of credits for them being multitasking and giving you a lot of learning. And you had a lot of humor in your speech as well, you know. It's not easy for you to incorporate humor in a factual speech like this, but you managed to bring in a lot of humor, and you really connected with the audience. The audience, I don't think they didn't disconnect with you even for a fraction of a second. They were with you throughout the speech. And I love the fact that you had a lot of understanding and realization of the generations and their likings and the dislikes. So apart from the concept, how you took it up, how you absorbed it, and your capability to deliver it in a much more simpler and relatable manner was absolutely amazing. So you can continue to learn and share many more thoughts with us. All the best.